I know you've probably seen a lot of top 5 lists, but you haven't seen this top 5 list. Hello friends and neighbors, welcome back to the Brownstone. My name is Rich Brown. I hope you're doing very well. This week I wanted to talk to the beginners. The last video that I put up was a bit more of an intermediate exercise. So I don't want to leave my beginners behind for too long. And what I thought I would do today is put together my top 5 list of tips for beginners to get you from that beginner stage to the intermediate stage as fast as possible. How long will it take for you to do that? Well, unfortunately, that's not up to me. You gotta do the work. Tip number 5 is this. I want you to learn the first 3 notes on every string. That's it. Just the first 3 notes. The natural notes on all the strings going up to, well, what would be the 5th fret only on the G string. Let me show you what I mean. So if I start on the E string, I've got the open E, volume, I've got the open E, the F at the 1st fret, and then the G at the 3rd fret. Open E, F, G. That's it. Move on to the next string. Then on the A string, I've got A, B at the 2nd fret, C at the 3rd fret. The D string is the same as the A string. You've got open string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret. So that's D, E, and F. And then on the G string, you've got the open G, and then you've got A at the second fret, and then you've got B at the 4th fret. That's it. That's all you got to do. If you want, you can play the 5th fret and sort of complete the harmony, let's say. But if I play those notes in order, I get a really beautiful sound, right? E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and then C. I'm telling you, if you learn those notes, you'll have a much easier time when you start learning simple songs. Trust me on this. Tip number 4 is going to be your best friend for as long as you play the bass. And that is understanding the 4-fret span, playing 1 finger per fret. You can practice this by going to a part of the neck that's comfortable for you. If your hands are a little bit smaller, go for, let's say, the 5th fret of the E string and just play 1st finger on the 5th fret, 2nd finger on the 6th fret, 3rd finger on the 7th fret, and little finger on the 8th fret. Now I know what some of you are going to say. Hey Rich, I don't have those big bass player hands. What do I do if my hands are smaller? If I place my thumb right behind either my 1st or 2nd finger, or maybe even in between my 1st and 2nd finger, and bring that to the bass so that my thumb is in the middle of the neck, then I can move my fingers in either direction, going past the 4-fret span. So you can see I'm doing this without having to spread my fingers out at all. If I use my thumb as kind of my fulcrum, then I can swing the fingers back and forth and really cover the notes. So there I just played a 6-fret span without having to move my hand. And that's just by using the thumb as a fulcrum to allow me to make that stretch. So that's tip number 4. Play 1 finger per fret at a comfortable position on the neck across all 4 strings. Take it slow and try not to let your fingers fly away on you. You can see I'm keeping my fingers close to the fingerboard as I play through. This is going to help you with every song you ever play in your life. It's a great exercise for both hands because you're working on your picking hand. You can alternate the picking or just try playing, working with one finger. But you want to make sure all those notes are nice and clean and coming out even, and there's no fret buzz. That's tip number 4. Once you've got tip number 4 down, it's going to be really easy for you to play tip number 3. Tip number 3 is to learn the C major scale. This particular formation of the C major scale is the most commonly used shape on the fingerboard, and it helps with any major scale. When you get into dominant scales or harmonic major or melodic major, all those things, this position will help you out. If you can get this down, you'll be able to work with almost any shape. And it involves that 4-fret span. So here's the shape. I'm just going to tell you the fingers that you're using on each fret. So if I have my 4-fret span with my first finger at the 2nd fret and my 4th finger at the 5th fret, then here's the shape. On the A string, I play 2nd finger to 4th finger. On the D string, I play 1st finger, 2nd finger, 4th finger. And then on the G string, I play 1st finger, 3rd finger, 4th finger. It's an easy sequence of numbers to remember. 2-4, 1-2-4, 1-3-4. So that's 2-4 on the A string, 1-2-4 on the D string, 1-3-4 on the G string. 2-4, 1-2-4, 1-3-4. And you can move that shape anywhere, and no matter where you play it, that's going to be a major scale. 2-4, 1-2-4, 1-3-4. Tip number 4 is to learn simple songs. When I started playing this instrument, what I did was I turned on the radio. I turned on pop radio, and I would just play along with the songs on the radio literally all day long. And because it was top 40 radio, I would just hear the same songs over and over again. So maybe the first time I would learn a tune and then maybe not get it completely perfect. And then it would come on again like a couple hours later and I'd be like, I remember this. I know where this goes. I know what to do here. And if you remember tip number 1, just learning the first 3 notes on each string, you'll find that when you listen to not simpler, but songs that don't have as much sort of complicated parts, especially in the bass line, you'll find that a lot of those songs will be found within the first 3 frets. Put on a U2 record and test that theory. If you can find a bunch of songs, if you can put together a playlist of really simple songs and then try to learn one of those songs every day, it'll do wonders for your playing, and it'll also get you to understand the notes and where they are, and you'll start to hear all of these sounds and know where all these sounds are located so that you can find the note as soon as you hear it. You know where your fingers are going to go. Check out old pop ballads. Check out the Pixies. Check out U2. Check out even the Beatles. You'll hear really simple bass lines that repeat themselves, and you'll find that you'll start to pick them up after a while. That's tip number 2. Tip number 1 is just a word of encouragement. We live in an age of instant gratification, and everyone's out for the wow factor. So you might turn on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram and see all these bass players who are just blazing all over the neck, and maybe that'll make you feel not so hot about the way you play. You remember those simple songs that I told you about in the previous tip? Check those songs out again. They sound great. There's a big difference between those who want to play bass to entertain and those who want to make music. So which category do you fall into? I'm sure there's a way to straddle both of those worlds and, be the next Jaco Pastorius. But if you're just starting out, don't let all of that pressure get to you. You don't have to be awesome overnight. You can't. If you can just learn a little bit every time you pick up the bass, it's going to keep you progressing and getting better and better and better every time you practice. So when you play those simple songs, check out those bass players. Check out their commitment to the music. They're not out to entertain. They are there to serve the music. Listen to Adam Clayton. Listen to Kim Deal of the Pixies. Listen to Sting. They serve the music, and the bass lines aren't complicated. They just play what the music tells them to play. And that's all you have to do. So don't be discouraged when you see bass players, or even when you see like these channels on YouTube with instructors who are constantly telling you that they are better than you, as opposed to showing you how to play the bass. There's a huge difference between entertaining and really committing to the music. And if that is what you want to do, then commit to the music and don't worry about anybody else. You are your own player with your own voice, and no one is going to sound like you at the end of the day. So do your best. Do the best that you can. Commit 10 or 15 minutes a day to one of the exercises that I showed you on this top 5 list. And I'll tell you, you will see improvements quickly. And that's it, friends and neighbors. That's my top 5 list for beginners out there. I hope this helps. And even if you're not a beginner, I hope this helps you too, because we need all of you. We need all kinds of bass players. We need the entertainers, and we need the ones who serve the music. And then we need those who sort of fall in between those two extremes. There's a really fantastic bass player by the name of Mike Watt who had a great quote that I love to use to this day. You can either be a ball hog or you can be a tugboat. Choose a side, or maybe choose some sort of hybrid, and commit to achieving your goals. And I'll be here to help you out along the way. My name is Rich Brown. If you like this video, please do give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And there are a number of ways that you can donate. I will leave a link in the description box below. You can also join the channel for $5 a month. And you can leave a super like if you want, which is just a couple of bucks. All of the above is greatly appreciated, and it helps me out in a huge way to bring these videos to you. I could not be more grateful. And I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for visiting me here in the Brownstone. My name is Rich Brown, and I'll see you in the next video.